feel like you're too happy right now, go on Twitter. If you want to
do not go on that app at all whatsoever. Yo, even with the sarcasm from Gogo's Crazy, like, do not fucking go on that app.
ruin your weekend, your life, your entire existence, go on Twitter.
And it's like not even because the shit is accessible, even though, yeah, no, it is because of that. But like even the second part, that is because, yeah, you get fucking locked into doom scrolling on these apps, man. Like I really had to learn the fucking hard way. This is why I always tell you I can't go on like TikTok and Twitter and all these other shit, so I don't post on there like IG Reels, because like, yeah, like like when you have that like self-realization moment, when you realize you peep game on yourself doom scrolling, that shit is like actually terrifying. Cause it's like, yo, you realize, yo, this shit, like this fucking social media app, deadass has me psyoped. I'm sitting here fucking drooling, looking at shit's like, damn, that post was cool. That next one was cool too. Like you're bro, scared the shit out of me. I can't do it no more. But I can sit and watch fucking Ethan and Hassan debate for hours. Man, isn't life just great? For the babes, I ain't gonna lie. Little backstory if I may. So I'm finished up one of the other vids or whatever. We checking out the YouTube alg. I'm refreshing the page. I'm seeing a vid pop up. Coco's Crazy dropped the vid. I said, say no more. You know we get down. Shout out to Love of Babes. Coco's Crazy. I already know we about to get into her bid. But yeah, apparently this whole situation or drama is happening with this TikTok Love of Babes girly pop. You know what I'm saying? The influencer girly pops named Layloola. Apparently she is making fun of, or somehow in some ways insulting, the Islamic religion. So of course we got to take a look-see at this, boy, because what is going on? We should not be making fun of this, John. Very sensitive topics. Y'all know we get down with the Johns. But yeah, I ain't gonna waste no more time because Yap Sesh coming. Trill Talks Everything. Trill Yaps Everything. Let's get right into this, John. Like I said, shout out to Love of Babes. Coco's Crazy. We must share the love. We just came off watching her Stephanie Sue vid. I can't even talk. It's really good grammar. But yeah, excellent vid. Go check it out. But yeah, we got Why Everyone Hates Layloola, Rage Baiting Islam. Of course, you guys want to check out the OG vid. Down in the description. First link, share the love, baby. Of course. Let's get right into it. I'm like, yo, they got Perpy on it, John. I'm not gonna lie. We got to check out one of Perpy's vids. Shout out, share the love with Perpy. I've seen him off the gate. But yo, let's get into it, gang. Talk to me.
If you're gonna do this type of stuff that disrespects the religion, you might as well not wear the headscarf, because that's gonna give the religion a bad look.
Seeing contradictory representations can reinforce stereotypes about religious hypocrisy.
Girls, stop playing with Islam. Are you making fun of Muslims?
There's a responsibility that comes with that representation.
What would you do if you created a TikTok account one day and you woke up to thousands of hate comments and hundreds of hate videos on you? Well,
are they justified? That's the question. I ain't gonna lie. And like, obviously, I say all the time, the distinction between like genuine criticism and then hate. Like, obviously, I shouldn't be sending no crazy shit. Oh, you a bitch. Shout out, this, that, and third. But if she's doing actions that couldn't be criticized, hey man, heads are free to their opinions and conjecture.
That's an experience Leila has, and her presence on TikTok has gotten her a ton of backlash over the last few weeks. So in this video, we're going to be going over the main criticisms that have been directed towards her. And when I say criticism, I genuinely mean like hate. People strongly feel hatred towards her. I'm going to say that I'm going to remain unbiased as possible in this video. I know I usually give my opinion, but in this video, I feel like I don't know enough about the religion of Islam to give my opinion. If you
I would say, yeah, fair on that factor.
Practice Islam or know a lot about it, make sure to comment your opinion down below. I will be reading all the comments, but I'm just...
Of course, like I say all the time, this is why I always say, gotta keep it cordial and amicable. Heads, keep it cool. Educating them in the comments below. Same thing over here. I ain't gonna lie, but I know. Heads be keeping it P. Shout out y'all. Shout out to y'all audience. Huge love to y'all. Especially the babes. You already know, because I know y'all watching this vid.
Just gonna go over why this TikToker may be the most hated TikToker on the platform literally ever. Once again, just to make it clear so no one comes after me, I don't know enough about the religion to shame her or say that she's in the right. I don't know, so let me know if you know. But we're gonna go over her entire situation because this is a very serious situation. But firstly, for a brief and very important announcement, I want to remind you that those 3 videos are from Mustafa, the injured Palestinian I'm helping, and the first clip was of the crowds gathering to get aid, which, reminder that he is injured, so he has a much harder time getting aid, so your donation can help feed his 2 daughters in an urgent time. And the next video shows his completely demolished house, which with a tiny donation or spreading the word, you can help rebuild. And lastly is the tents around the sea, which he is now being pushed closer to. Remember, his young daughters have dreams, and you can help them get their basic needs by just donating or simply spreading the word. It's that
Gotta
simple.
share the love.
Please do not miss this opportunity. This is urgent, and with that, let's continue with the video. Please consider it. Here is a random example of one of her TikToks. She's pretty recently created her account. Like, she's not super old, like, on this app. She's not a super old influencer. She hasn't been around this app for a while, but she has been getting a lot of backlash and hate. Comments are super duper split. Some saying you're the most gorgeous person I've ever seen, and others saying you are ashamed to Islam and you are ruining Islam. Here's an account saying, girl, send your application to the Bop House already.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I think the capacity's full of at the Bop House.
We listen.
They're already recruiting Piper, as we know.
Don't judge. Girl, stop playing with Islam, 116 likes. You Piss Me Off with over 6,000 likes. She has a pretty decent amount of views on every TikTok, but very low likes. People genuinely do not like her. Yes, there are, as I said before, a lot of comments standing up for her, but the majority for sure are hating. She usually posts videos of her practicing different things in Islam, different religious practices, or her going to the gym. She also knows how to cook, or she claims. She posts a lot of videos about that.
She says she knows how to cook, but I'll have to be the judge of that.
Overall, she likes to show off her outfits as well. Her content is pretty simple, to put it quite plainly.
I don't know why, but she reminds me of the bun from Sausage Party. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if y'all can see.
Yo, I freaking love Burpee, bro. Nah, this shit is crazy. Nah, that one right there was a violation. Yo, what? Oh my god, nah.
See it, but like for some reason she just reminds me of the bun from Sausage Party. It's just so weird. I don't know if it's just a me thing.
A lot of people on YouTube and TikTok have called her out and said she puts on too much makeup and she is making the religion about like fetishizing it or using it for likes. That's been a lot of things people have said about her. We'll be reacting to some of those videos later on, but firstly we need to just go through the basis of her account. So we went over briefly what she kind of posts, but here's some other stuff that she posts. When she first started out her account, she simply posted cooking videos most of the time, but as it progressed and as she posted more and got more views, she eventually would post more fashion stuff and more content of her going to the gym. And many would say this was her using the religion for fame.
No, I think something else might be getting what we'll say is the fame. Yeah, nah, as we can see, something else might be doing that.
In this video particularly, a lot of
Yeah, something else is 100% doing that.
people were very vocal. They did not like this at all. They were saying that she was once again using the religion and making it look bad. Are you making fun of Muslims? I don't think you're Muslim. What is this thing? You are making fun of the hijab. Shame on you, it is not the hijab. People saw her in the comments as S-E-K, you know what, the religion, making it look bad. This criticism mainly circulated from the fact that she would make videos specifically practicing certain religious things.
Because I was about to say, like, earlier, that's the damn question, because Coco Crazy did say, literally earlier in the John, that, like, she was making videos, obviously that was surrounding, like, you know, they're saying, like, stuff within the Islamic religion, but then I'm like, if she's actually making content, like, around this John, I can understand why they're saying, like, yeah, some of these videos, hey, man, yo, it's a bit questionable. But then it's like, and you could also say at that same factor, it's not like she's totally not doing anything that's based around a religion. Like, you know what I'm saying there? So, but, you know, we 5 minutes in, TrillTalksEverything, we gonna see more.
And I don't know, for lack of a better word, not really things, religious practices. She would practice religious practices. And in other videos, she'd be doing something that many would consider is directly against that religion.
If we look at Layloola's content timeline, the contradictions become even more apparent. Just scrolling through her page, you can see a video about choosing Dean over Dunya, essentially choosing faith over worldly temptations, right next to content that seems to celebrate exactly those worldly temptations.
That's what I'm saying. I can see where that general, like, hypocrisy does come from. Because, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. It does look a little spicy.
Main reason why I don't want to give my opinion on this is because I feel like a main problem we have today in society is people give their opinion on things they don't understand, and it just messes up things. Like, in no way do I support her, in no way do I hate her, because
That's a fair, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm still like questionable on it, John. I don't really, like, from what I'm seeing at least so far, I don't really understand where the like hate is mainly coming from. I could see within a religion, like, a lot of people be saying, yo, like, John's like this be haram and all that type of jazz or whatever, right? So I can see, obviously, like, yo, she might be dressing a little scandalous. So obviously in that factor, like, I can see within the religion, like, how that could be looked at as a bit bad or whatever. But even still, that factor, I don't think she's doing anything too crazy, at least to my knowledge right now. But we'll see.
I just simply don't know enough about the religion. I personally think that religion is a wonderful thing. It gives people hope. It gives something to strive for. And I don't know enough about this.
That's why I say all the time, like, yo, I'm cool with heads having any beliefs, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. Like, especially, like, yo, if their beliefs is something that's going to make you a better person, like, overall, and guide you further in life and make you put out positivity and do better, you're cool. Oh, as long as I say, I mean, not as long as I say, fuck. Surely think he's the goddamn moral arbiter. This nigga thinks he's a god. The fuck? Yeah, Trilly ain't shit. But anyway, the only thing that would bar me from that is obviously if your beliefs is harmful to other people, you know what I'm saying? Like, then obviously, here we gonna have some problems, duh. But other than that, like, yo, if heads got their beliefs, you know what I'm saying? You're cool and you putting out positivity in the world, hey, you A-okay with me. I'm like, yo, we chilling. You feel me?
Particular religion, because I simply wasn't born into it and I simply haven't studied it.
There's a responsibility that comes with that representation. The concern isn't about personal religious practice, which is between an individual and their faith, but about the public messaging being shared with millions of followers.
Leila hasn't even posted a lot of videos, but she has circulated a lot of discussion because her presence on the internet is very controversial. Once again, it's a very, very, very split. There's either the people that are saying she can do what she wants, stop being so judgy, she's beautiful, she's wonderful, it's not her fault she looks this way, and then there's people on the other side saying she's a disgrace to Islam, she's making fun of Muslims, all that. So it's just very, very split. There's no in-between in this situation. I think the main criticism that really
heads aren't seeing the bridge, like I say all the time, especially when you get in like debates, discussions, or arguments. Like, you got to be able to come to like some common ground. You got to be able to take like both sides, arguments from both, and be able to like meet somewhere in the middle, because obviously that's the whole point of it, John. You're supposed to be able to at least within some of these debates, obviously, like I say too, within those, you don't have to obviously agree at the end. Like, you gotta have a debate but still disagree with the person and understand where they're coming from, but just not agree. And that would be the main point here. Like, yeah,
comes from this is that people criticize her for wearing a hijab because they say that that represents modesty in their ideological beliefs. And
yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier. So like, obviously with the other thing she's wearing, you know what I'm saying, and then with some of the vids, like, some heads would say this is like suggestive or like scandalous, so that would be going against that. Yeah, and
then she wears stretchy pants, and that completely contradicts it, really just insulting the religion. I saw this view from a specific TikToker, which I'm going to show now.
And if y'all didn't know, this goes against the religion heavily, hence
Perpy, I'm telling you, shout out Perpy.
why people are upset. Another thing, she's also wearing the hijab, which is basically a headscarf that Muslim women wear. And this, again, this is a very religious piece of clothing, and for her to be dressing like this is like really weird, because from the top, from the waist up, she's dressed modestly, but from the waist down, she just decides to put on these pants.
This specific
I'm trying to tell you, the forbidden pants, bro. Them shits, them Jones is the cheat codes. I know. Like I said earlier, the love of babes is watching. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody knows y'all cheat codes. Yeah, them Jones are cheat codes. Like,
TikToker claimed that he got a lot of backlash the first time he said this, so it's safe to say there are some people at Layla's defense that are saying that he's just being a jerk for saying this, but at the other side, there are people that are criticizing Layla and saying she is making a bad reputation for the religion and overall just disrespecting it. Kind of going off of what I said earlier, she does do very simple content. Her content isn't really supposed to be.
It's like, I don't know. And obviously, like Coco was crazy with saying, like, since obviously I am not of the belief of the, well, let me not even reference it like that. Fuck. Triller doesn't know what he's saying. We were about to get canceled. Obviously, I do not follow the Islamic religion or whatever. So obviously, the very, very core understandings I'm not going to know. So within that, within people's criticisms that do follow religion, obviously from their perspective, I'm not going to know. I can only hear them out and see the information. But from where I'm at, seeing this boy, like, yeah, I don't think she's doing anything like too crazy or like anything that's too like worldly evil, as we like to see on some of the vids or whatever. Like, I don't think she is doing nothing that's like, yo, we need to really, really cancel her or whatever. But again, like, from some heads perspective that do follow religion, I can understand where their criticisms are coming from. But I don't think like she needs to be canceled or she needs to be like brigaded or any of that shit. That's what I'm saying. But again, like I said, that's a so far, bro. We still got, oh my god, 23 more? Trilly just can't shut his mouth, huh?
Be controversial. It doesn't come off as trying to be controversial, but maybe at the same time she is rage baiting. A lot of people have claimed she's rage baiting on purpose. I simply don't know what she's trying to do. Maybe she's just trying to post content, but she does get really, really good views. And once again, her like count is very, very low. At first, I thought she got low views just because her likes are so, so low. She gets like 2,000 likes on a post with like 300,000 views.
I don't think she's rage baiting, because from like, again, seeing these TikToks and junk like that, it doesn't seem like intentional rage bait. Like at least like very, very apparent intentional rage bait, like on some Natalie Reynolds shit. Like, no, I think this is just her posting her vids.
Which, if you don't know, is very, very, very low. But yeah, she could be trying to rage bait. This could all be on purpose. Maybe she just knows this will cause a lot of hatred towards her and she'll get lots of views, and maybe she wants the attention. I don't know the situation, because once again, I just don't know enough about this religion.
Many creators share their faith journeys authentically, including their struggles and imperfections. This kind of content can help others feel less alone in their own religious journeys.
While she gets a ton of backlash for her posts, some people use this exact argument. They say that she's guiding many young women in their religious practices and making them want to practice religion more, which, once again, no idea. Please don't come for me. I'm just expressing what people are saying about her, because she literally might be one of the most hated TikTok creators. And she does post a lot about religion. She's heavily focused on religion. Her channel is easily 1/3 of it, at least, is all about religion. The other parts are about gym.
And see, that's where like my confusion comes, because then you could say in those videos, like, do the same people that have a problem with like videos per se, like the ones we're seeing, do they have a problem with those videos as well? Like, I would assume they don't. So then is that part of the hypocrisy? I don't know.
Exercises, the food she cooks, and fashion she tries on. So she does heavily focus on religion and practice it in a lot of her different videos, which once again makes a lot of the comments talk about how she contradicts it in other videos. This is not focusing on her. This is just focusing on people that practice religion in general. But I really do respect people that are, once again, I'm not saying this is her. I'm just talking about it in general. I'm sure we can all relate to knowing a person that is really, really connected to religion. And I just respect people that are actually like deeply connected with religion, because it's really a commitment. It's hard to do, and it's just respectful when someone truly devotes their life to religion.
I'm about to say, because it shows like, you know, devotion, and that they like generally this is their beliefs, this is their passions, and junk like that. They're gonna follow it and respect it. Like, yeah, nah.
Technically, I am a Christian. I would go by being a Christian, but I don't practice it very much. And I'm kind of what they would call like a lukewarm Christian. I wish I practiced it more. I think a lot of people my age, 15, 16, 17, can relate, where you're just in a religious family, but you don't really practice it. You don't really read the books you're supposed to read. You know, that type of stuff. You kind of wish you
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
were, but you just kind of don't. You push it out of your way. I just respect people that really commit their lives to it. So the actual people in life that do that, Islam, Christianity, literally any religion, I respect all religions. If you are committed to it, it's hard. It's really, really difficult, and I have a lot of respect for you. But a lot of people don't have the same kind of thoughts for Layla, and they say she's the exact opposite. She's an absolute poison to Islam. She's a problem for Islam, and she's an example of what they would call like a lukewarm Christian, but in the form of Islam.
And then like in terms of like posting videos and things of like such like that.
The prettiest ever. So it is clear that once again, the comments, as I have said before, are very, very split, and some people are very, very supportive of her, even some people in her own religion, as this person seems to appear to be in the same religion as her. It comes down to how much someone actually practices a religion and how much someone really sticks to the exact.
That's like that would probably be my main thing. Like the main question would be like on her own like personal individual level, like is she really locked in with the faith? Like is she truly like really sticking to the religion? Like Like that's the main thing, like herself, because obviously everyone else is gonna have their opinion and everyone else has a different level of faith and all that type of jazz. But it would really just matter for her, like, is she actually locked down, truly believing in her faith? That's the question.
Rules of it or interprets it to how they react to this type of content and if they consider it disrespectful or not.
It isn't just one creator's choices, but the impact these representations can have on wider communities. For young Muslims seeing this content, it can create confusion about religious practices. For non-Muslims, it can reinforce misunderstandings about Islam.
I do agree, whether bad or not, she will be influencing how people see this religion. I do agree.
Yeah, that's true to a factor, because obviously, like, within her making content and then a third of her content being about the religion, but also seeing, like, you know, the way she dresses and all that, it could give you, like, misunderstandings on what is allowed and what isn't and things such like that. So, yeah.
With that, because she is on TikTok, which is mostly used by Americans, and America it does have a large Islam community, but there are a lot of Christians as well. So a lot of people that see these videos, like me, don't practice this religion, and it'll be one of their first interpretations of it. Some of these practices she discusses I've never heard of because I am not in this community, so I will be influenced. My opinion may be influenced by these videos I see. So this is true that she does have an impact, and that could be bad if it is viewed as negative. And a lot of Muslims that are practicing this religion want to know more and are looking through these type of videos, and yes, their opinion could also be influenced to an extent. I mean, when I'm a Christian and I see videos about Christian TikTok, sometimes my opinion is influenced too. That happens with any religion.
Seeing contradictory representations.
But then also to that factor, I would say, like, yeah, if you're truly going to, like, you know, start believing in the Islamic faith, you're going to go to, I would probably hope, more reputable sources or anything and such like that. Not to say, like, oh, everything she's doing is fake, but obviously also the degree Coco's Crazy was saying, like, yeah, we don't know if everything she's doing is totally 100% to the faith and by the books of the faith, you know what I'm saying? So I would suggest, yeah, probably going to better sources. I wouldn't base my whole, like, you know what I'm saying, religious ideology around what I've seen, especially from Layloola being a TikToker and all that.
Can reinforce stereotypes about religious hypocrisy, or the idea that religious symbols like the hijab are just cultural fashion choices rather than expressions of deeply held beliefs.
This is also a very, very common criticism, and I'm not sure exactly what country she is from. She could be in America, she could be in a different country, because she's never really open about that, and that's okay. Everyone can have their privacy, so I'm not sure exactly what country she's representing, but overall, it is true that she's representing a whole religion, and she will change many people's minds on it, possibly. Many people, once again, have never practiced or seen Islam, and they're like, oh, this new religion, this is how they practice it, this is how they treat it, okay. So it is true that she does have a heavy influence because she's gotten so many views. One of the main reasons I believe that, and once again, this doesn't really have much to do with her, that I myself and many other Americans don't know much about Islam is because we just have been distanced from it as a society. And the concept of Islam comes up. There's a lot of racial stereotypes, and overall, it just makes me kind of sad because I feel like it's
there's a lot of racial just stereotypes in general these days. You know, we got the whole new race war, this whole shit brew fucking just spawning out of nowhere. With all these recent shit, so yeah, it's just all around bad works. This is why, again, I just need to go back in the old days, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day, everybody was just chilling. Everybody was just getting along, doing shit. Just like I be saying all the time, whatever happened to chilling. And like heads weren't worried about, like, you know what I'm saying, immediately when you perceive a person, you're worried about all these different, like, you know, identity things. I'm like, yo, man, like, bro, we just gotta chill.
A pretty beautiful religion, and even though I don't practice it, I respect it because it seems like people who practice it are very, very committed, and I respect that. So if you do agree that she is harming this religion or painting it in a bad light, that is very, very sad because, once again, don't know enough for the 1500th time. But if you think she really is and you know enough and she actually is painting it in a bad light, that saddens me because we already are, like, as Americans.
No, see, and this is why, that's what I'm saying. Like, to some people that follow the religion, like I said earlier, like, she may be. And within your opinion, you're allowed to have that opinion. I would say, though, is she the worst representation of the religion? No. Johnny Somali be trying to claim that he's, like, Islamic and shit like that. If he was to be Islamic, trust me, he would be way worse than her. I 100% would stand by that. So I ain't gonna lie, but again, that's just my opinion. And again, very undereducated on the Islamic religion because, duh, I'm not a follower.
Americans, we're supposed to like hate this religion. I feel like we've been like sold this idea that it's a terrible thing. I don't know why, but like I've always felt that way. There's a lot of racial stereotypes when it comes to this religion, and that just really makes me sad.
But I just find this like kind of disrespectful. A lot of people got mad at me at the last video because I said this. But if you're gonna act like this, it's better to take off the scarf because it gives the religion a bad look. Again, I'm not meaning this in like a disrespectful way. I'm just saying that's how I see it, bro.
I feel like the comment section under this video is going to be very, very split. Just like Layla's comments, there's going to be
I would imagine
a lot of people defending her, and then there's going to be a lot saying, nope, here. She's being very disrespectful to the religion. And overall, I really want to know your thoughts, especially if you actively practice Islam or you have studied it.
Nah, facts. That's really what it is. I really want to hear heads. Like, heads that have obviously follow the religion, you know what I'm saying, follow the faith. Like, what are y'all opinions on this, John? I don't know. Like, from where I'm seeing, I don't think she's the worst ever. But then again, someone who very much follows the faith could think something else, could think this is the worst, so...
A lot about it because I'm always open to learning more about religions and how strict their practices are and how much you are supposed to follow them. All that I totally respect, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Just please be nice and respectful, because remember, a lot of people don't know everything about a religion. A lot of people don't know about Christianity. They don't know the testaments. They don't know that stuff, and a lot of people don't know a lot about Islam. So I know the comments are going to be split because there's going to be a lot of people that don't know about it and there's going to be people that do.
It's about recognizing patterns of content creation that seem strategically designed to maximize engagement and profit, even at the expense of consistent values. There's an important distinction between imperfect religious expression, which is human and understandable, and content that seems to use religious symbols as props for...
A lot of people also in her comments are alleging that she started a surgery or she got a surgery, and once again, I don't know enough to know if this goes against Islam. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments saying, don't you do any research before you make a video?
Oh, like what? Like saying she got like a BBL or something?
For the 50 millionth time, you can't just quickly research an entire religion. Even if I did some research, it just, my opinion would not be valid because I still...
Exactly, like, you'd have to be, like, going, obviously, into the faith and being it for, like, an extended period of time. Like, bruh, what are we gonna look up, a fucking article? Like...
Wouldn't know enough about it. It takes years to actually understand...
Exactly.
Fully of religion. Well, not even fully. It's like you can never truly fully understand something, I believe, but it takes a long time, and I feel like quickly researching it and then
at least to be
like
well educated, yeah, like that's gonna take an expended I can't even talk. Yo, Trilly can never grammar for shit. I swear it'd always be these like recent videos too, bro. I just can't grammar for none. But obviously you'd have to be like well researched into it for an extended period of time. Yo, I'm done. Trilly cannot yap no more.
Like I'm a know-it-all in an entire religion just would be disrespectful and rude. Topics like these that are very controversial need to be handled with care and lots of understanding. And I know to a lot of you, the answer is obvious, yes or no. Like, is she controversial or not? Is her hate justified or not? Is obvious. But to me, it isn't because I'm just not familiar enough. But if she is in the wrong, and that's a big if because, once again, no idea. But if she is in the wrong and she actually is disrespecting this religion and purposely using it for rage bait, that just is truly very, very sad. Because once...
Yeah, like, if that were to be proven, then obviously, like, that should be condemned and criticized. Like, that's a no-brainer because, like, obviously you shouldn't use people's faith and religion as like just some tool to like prop yourself up for clout, for money, like, you know. But obviously we do not fully know this.
Once again, especially in Western culture such as America, we already are painted, like, we already paint this religion in a very bad light. We already, like, kind of disrespect it in many different ways. So it just truly makes me sad that we just have another person out here disrespecting it. And if she truly is using it for clicks, that just is kind of sad and pathetic. It just isn't right to use an entire religion for clicks. I think that's a pretty obvious thing. And already stereotypes about all religions go around, and they are really annoying when there's like these huge stereotypes, because it does suck when there is someone spreading lies about a religion and the uses of different religious practices, and they contradict and make it look not serious, or they just are rude about it and they disrespect it. That is really, 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 truly annoying, because religion should be handled with very much care as it deserves, and that just truly makes me sad. Please remember that
with that respect is what he's saying.
We are all raised completely differently with completely different stereotypes. are surrounding us, and we stereotype other people as different things. So we truly don't understand other cultures until we...
Yeah, like something that you may like be casual, like around with your peoples or whatever, may be offensive to like other people and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's all about being courteous. This is why you see like heads say all the time, like, yo, bro, I act a certain way with my black friends than I do with my white friends. Like, yeah, all that type of shit. Not again to be bringing the race into the John. Oh my God, I done started a fucking shitstorm just by saying that. But like, obviously, like, duh, it's all about having different demeanors with certain people and shits like that. You know what I'm saying? It's very clear. Hey, man, as long as you're nice, treat people the way you want to be treated. I ain't gonna lie. I can hear the boss saying this right now.
We've been fully involved in them, or we've traveled to different countries to see these people, to discuss with these people, to practice these religions or try them. So we really shouldn't judge a religion by one TikTok, obviously. But overall, I just hope she isn't spreading negative stereotypes, which many believe she is. In fact, the vast majority seem to believe she is. Kinda off topic because I just love to ramble in my videos sometimes, but when I grow up, I kind of either want to become a pilot or a journalist, and maybe on the side I can keep doing my channel, but I would love to travel to some of these countries.
I feel like journalism for Coco's Crazy would probably be a really good lane to get into, considering she's already making like videos like this, like kind of getting things down, getting different events and shit like that. She's able to like, you know, correlate a story, shit like that. I feel like journalism would be a pretty good lane for you, hun. But being a pilot is fucking cool, bro. Who the fuck don't want to fly a jet, bro? I flew a jet this one time in GTA Online. So, like, nah, stop playing. He said, yo, watch your jet. Yo, if y'all ever see that clip.
And just to look at the stuff I've been missing out on, explore these different cultures, and study these amazing religions that I have never really gotten to look at before. I've only ever been in America, so the only news I get about these countries are from the news. I would love to go there and actually meet these people and talk to these people.
Yeah, like get firsthand experiences, travel, you know what I'm saying? Like actually get immersed in these cultures and generally get firsthand research. That's just the one thing, because I know certain heads and with their journalism aren't doing firsthand shit. But I mean, they're still able to get this bullshit off. Anyway, barring that, right? This is the whole thing why I always say, like, yo, Trilly, you never seen Trilly go outside. It's never happening. We not seeing it. But like, yo, I always say, yo, me and the boss, yo, we gotta pop out to Japan at least one time. I ain't gonna lie, gotta go see Japan at least once. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, Slippy, we in the crib, we in the house. Like, yo, come on, man.
Maybe learn some different languages. Yeah, no. I don't think I'm smart enough.
It would, that, like, the main thing to that sidebar, though, is like, yeah, obviously, Trilly go to Japan. It's not just like, oh my God, he fucking loves anime, bro. We gotta, holy shit, bro, we're gonna go meet Luffy. Like, no, obviously, like, that's a part of it, though. Trilly not gonna lie. Trilly loves anime. You already know that it goes and gets down. But, like, obviously, I want to go see, like, different, like, tourist sites and things and such, and, like, get immersed in the culture and learn more things, you know what I'm saying? Go see, like, different restaurants, a whole bunch of different jazz. Like, you gotta get, like, really immersed and, like, generally, like, especially if you're, like, traveling, like I said, and going to a different country, like, yo, you're there to I understand where she comes from.
One day I can learn different languages. It just sounds amazing, because when I see these...
See, like that, I want to learn how to speak Japanese, because that shit is pretty interesting. I ain't gonna lie, like I was saying.
TikToks, even if sometimes they are very bad stereotypes, it just makes me wonder, like, what am I missing out on? What am I not seeing because I'm in a different country? I would just love to see other cultures. That would be a really nice thing to do before I die. Now, back on topic, the main things we have already gone over is that the main criticisms directed towards Leila are, one, that she is the religion, because YouTube is really picky with me and will probably take down the video if I say the full word. And secondly, that she got surgery. There are many accusations of that. She does use a Snapchat filter, so I don't know if that might make it look like she got a surgery, or that could just be her natural body. I don't really know for sure. She isn't really open about it.
Is she using the Snapchat filter constantly? See, that's the question. But I'll just go off the base of, like, obviously we don't know if she got any, like, plastic surgery or any work done. So we just have to assume she's natural. And for the natural bod, you look good on. I give her that. You know what I'm saying? The body is tea, as they would say.
Does, like some people who are very open. We're not even going to go into that. We're past that, okay, guys? We're past that. We're not talking about that anymore. And lastly, that she contradicts herself, because she'll post some videos where she practices specific things. She posts this a lot. She's very open that she's very religious. Then in other posts, she seems to be doing the exact opposite of what she preached before. A lot of people don't appreciate it, or like's a better thing, because appreciate I feel like is kind of a strong word, but a lot of people don't like her gym videos because they say that she zooms into her butt, and that is...
Yeah, like that's where I immediately knew it was going. It was like, yeah, like they're gonna say like those videos, like she's obviously trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, use her body for, like, you know, likes and engagement and shit like that, and that would be like against the religion. Yeah, no, I knew this argument was coming.
Trying to seek appreciation from men, and that goes directly against the religion, and criticism similar to that. I think she started off with cooking videos. Those were her first few TikToks, but slowly as she gained more traction, she began to post more videos about her going to the gym and a lot of other stuff. And yes, people just do not like it at all. They really see it as very, very offensive. And it is definitely a possibility she is rage baiting, and if she is,
you already knew heads were 100% gonna comment on that factor. Like,
I mean, it works. Like, as much as we hate to break it, rage bait does get views, and she gets a lot of views, once again, very low likes, like Belle the Wolf. We have seen this throughout time. Rage bait's worked a lot, and it seems to be working more and more. It can be very hard to detect sometimes, because even I must admit, I can't tell if she's genuine or if she maybe is trying to rage bait. I don't know. Like, it's hard to tell. Some people, it's easy, like Belle the Wolf, and only people...
See, my thing, though, is if she was trying to rage bait, she wouldn't do, like, the videos where she actually is doing, like, stuff that's part of the Islamic religion. Like, if she was just trying to rage bait it, she would just wear, like, the hijab and things like that, and just still make these videos, and probably go even crazier, because that would get even more views for, like, on the John. So that's what I'm saying. It's really dicey for me. I can't say, like, she just totally, like, grifting off the Islamic religion or whatever, off this jazz, because she actually, again, like I said, makes videos where she's practicing things within the religion. It's just, obviously, there's controversy within videos like the gym vids and stuff like that, because of the angles of the outfits and things as such, you know?
With the smaller brain sizes fall for that, but sometimes rage bait is hard to tell, and we all kind of fall for rage bait, so it definitely could be rage bait, because once again, it is true that rage bait is becoming more and more common because we've got shorter form videos. I know I've said this before in former videos, especially my one on Brooke Monk with Natalie, where Natalie is so obviously rage baiting, where she
and that's why I had to bring up that example, because like Natalie's the queen of rage bait. Like, you already know, just off tip, like, she's starting the video 1 second and this shit is immediately top 10 rage bait of all time. So it's like, yeah, for that, like, it's apparent. But for her, if she is doing it, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, maybe Trill is under the fucking infinite Tsukuyomi. Maybe I am under the Genjutsu. I ain't gonna cap. She must have caught my ass, because I don't feel that this is like maximum prestige rage bait, or like even like just like mid levels of rage bait. This just feels like, yo, heads are just not fucking with what she's doing.
Copies of the creators gets back.
And if they feel that way, again, like I said, that's their opinion. But like, again, like I said, I don't think she's any like world evil, but I could see where people, again, not feeling this as much moments.
Clash, that's kind of died out already, because once again, rage bait doesn't last long, but it does give you attention, and sometimes, once again, that's all people want. I mean, you can get a little money from it, but sometimes people just like that attention. Belle the Wolf, I believe, is demonetized, so she's not even getting money, but she still posts.
I'm like, yeah, nah, she's just doing that shit for the love of the game. I don't know what the hell is going on with her.
Just want that attention and that affection from a very, very small group, because when you get popular, there will always be a small group of people that like you, even if you're the worst person on earth. And some platforms don't punish people anymore.
I like to call those Johnny Somali Glazers.
For saying unhinged things, like Twitter, you don't get punished anymore. You can be straight up and N to the I. You don't get punished anymore. They don't care, because a new awesome dude took it over that platform. I've already ranted about him in a video, so I'm not gonna open you to that amazing conversation, but some apps don't punish you anymore. YouTube definitely does. If you're rage baiting, they will demonetize you, and for a right reason. Like, usually when you're rage baiting, you're doing some bad stuff. Most platforms do, but there are definitely some.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, some days you say like one curse word, boy, your John is done.
Get away with it, and you can get literal money out of making people mad. So it makes sense that some people would do that, because they want money, they want attention, and at the end of the day, that's all they want. And the more chronically online you become, the more easily you can find this rage bait and be like, yep, that's rage bait, not engaging. Because at the end of the day,
yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Again, covering all these different dramas and shit. That's why some of these, I'm just sitting there like, looking at this shit like, bro, am I supposed to like, nah. And that was me, like, literally watching like Coco's Crazy's Natalie vids, bro. That was me, like, during the Natalie segments. I'm like, bro, we doing this shit for real? Like, are we? Like, it's, you just get to that zone where you're not even mad. I say this all the time. You get to that, like, the equilibrium status. You hit nirvana. You know what I mean? Like, where you get so mad, you're no longer angry. You're just genuinely disappointed. You're like, damn, this is what it's come to for you, huh? Depressing. Tough. Like,
The best thing you can do is not engage with rage bait. Even if you are so tempted to leave the nastiest hate comment of all time, it's just better not to engage.
that's
So
what
if
I'm
she is
saying. Like, you just gotta do what I just said. Just, damn, your life really is this pathetic, huh?
rage baiting, if she's rage baiting, because I know I'm annoying you guys at this point, but I don't know enough. I cannot stress it enough that I don't know enough about this religion. I'm sorry if I sound offensive, because like I legit don't know how strict it is. I don't know if she's actually disrespecting it, but if she is and she's rage baiting, she is pretty successful with it because she has gotten a lot of attention. I know to a lot of you that doesn't make sense, but sometimes at the end of the day, attention is just enough. Think of Bella the Wolf, because she got hate and ended up
Again, trust me, I'm familiar with the types. I don't know what the fuck Johnny's still doing his shit for.
not getting any money, but she became someone. Her face reveal got over 1 million views. People care about her, and sometimes it's even if they don't like you, but they care about you, that's enough. And her Discord server has like 50,000 members. That is a ton, and she gets fan art every week, which is pretty impressive considering all she does is post the nastiest things you can imagine. So rage bait, it does have some benefits, even if most people hate your guts. My advice for you if you see rage bait is 1, not engage. 2, if it's really, really bad rage bait, report it. Maybe dislike it. I
Said, yeah, get that shit swept.
not sure what disliking does. That might help it be less engaged. That might cause less traction for it. I don't know how that works. Definitely do
Doesn't
not
do
comment
shit, I'm
though.
pretty
That
sure.
will only increase engagement. Don't watch it many
I
times.
know for sure on YouTube, dislikes don't do shit. So again, we need to get those talking points gone.
That will also help push it out to more people. Not engaging and reporting it is the best thing. It may seem like nothing when you comment, but people legit make their entire careers off of rage baiting. It happens all the time.
Natalie Reynolds.
Natalie, the girl I talked about before who just copies people, has literally become liked by now. People forget very quickly.
Nah. It's so crazy. Yeah, then, oh, yes. Nah, I'm blocking in the lore again on the videos. Yeah, because, fucking Natalie was doing the whole shits where she was mocking Capri. I'm like, bro, oh my fucking, because I don't feel like fucking TLDRing this shit now, but I have to because we got into the Yap session already. Because fucking, Capri did the whole shit where like he fucking fake cheated on Piper, and then he had bought like the shirt saying like I love cheating and all that dumb shit, and it was clearly drama farming. So then she was making fun of that nigga, and heads were on her side because obviously in that situation he's the clear dumbass, but she's also a dumbass. So I'm like, bro, it's just fucking bullshit. I fucking hate it all. I do. I really do. But yeah, like, Natalie, this is like her peak bread and butter. Like, her whole career is based off of fucking just being a nuisance and being a rage baiter.
Quickly, especially on apps like TikTok, you can get away with anything. Take James Charles, for example.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, TikTok, bruh. I don't know, though. Like, TikTok, it really depends, because, TikTok be ready to take some heads' videos down immediately, bro. Them shits are gone, and then other heads be posting some of the wildest shit, saying the craziest shit, and that shit just chilling there on the app. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Again, some of these platforms, TOS moderation shit not enforced fairly. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
He's gone through so many controversies, and right now, while he's hated by a lot of people, his career is doing
Rightfully
just
so.
fine. He gets tons of views. Tons of people still like him. No matter what, he could do anything at this point, and he would still have supporters. So you can rage bait a career. Like, you can make people mad at you, get a ton of followers, and then get people to like you, if that makes sense. So rage baiting is just,
but I wouldn't say James Charles is rage baiting. He just did some fucking heinous shit.
Weird thing. But me, as I've said before, who's majored in philosophy of rage bait, and I've just studied it for years and I know everything about it, I can tell you that it's a lot more complicated than just wanting to make people mad for the sake of making people mad. I don't think I would be too good at rage baiting. I cannot stand getting tons and tons and tons of hate. I can deal with a little bit, but just getting hate all the time would really, really suck. Maybe if you're getting a ton of money, it would be worth it, but
it does suck. But that's why I always tell heads, when you become a content creator, you gotta always be prepped for criticism. Now, obviously, if you're being a fucking rage baiter, then you generally want criticism because you just want the engagement of niggas just commenting on your shit. Because obviously, within that, I'm saying, people comment on your videos like this shit or whatever, it shows YouTube that your video is something that like people want to see, so it pushes it out more. But like, I'm with Coco crazy on that. Like, dealing with mad niggas like on your dick and shit, nah, that shit is cool. Like, I'm gonna be chilling, you know what I'm saying? Again, obviously, you shouldn't be building echo chambers with this shit. You shouldn't have people around you that's just glazing you. Like, obviously, you should be able to have general discourse and be able to have people criticize you for things, at least, you know what I'm saying, that you could be criticized for, or they feel at least that you could be criticized for. But yeah, trying to rage bait to like literally artificially make niggas hate me, I'm cool off that shit. How about we don't do that? How about we just be genuine? That'd be lovely.
I don't, especially if my face is out there and people hate me. Really? Do you really think I want that? I guess Belle the Wolf, who can kind of hide behind a screen, it makes sense maybe. But like, you telling me I have to go out in public with like 9 million people hating me around the world? Are you kidding me? That's not worth it. But at the end of the day, I can't really understand everyone. Everyone has their reasons. Maybe they just think it's iconic. I don't know. But it's becoming way, way, way more common. And people are still falling for the most obvious rage bait. And I'm not saying this is obvious rage bait, but there is, like Belle the Wolf. There's people falling for literally the most obvious stuff on earth at this point. So I think we're pretty hopeless when it comes to this. So I just hope more and more people realize when rage bait is rage bait. But when there is stuff that we can't really tell, it is important to discuss it to try to improve ourselves and our views on rage bait in the future. Because there is a TikToker that goes by Natalie who dared a homeless woman to jump into the lake. The homeless woman nearly you know what, and she now has 2 million followers on TikTok, gets hundreds of thousands of likes every post, easily millions and millions of views, is highly, highly popular, and now is becoming more liked because people find her
popular. But is she liked totally? No. And that's what I'm saying. She's only liked for that whole Capri shit. She's not generally liked.
Funny. Even though her career is literally built off of rage bait. So just remember, there's going to be people out there that make people mad for a living and are making a lot more than you just living a normal life. If you're kind of new to the internet and you're thinking, what are you even yapping about right now? Go on Twitter. You'll find something immediately.
Fuck no. Do not go on Twitter.
Go on Twitter.
In fact, if you
do
not go on that app.
Feel like you're too happy right now, go on Twitter. If you want to
do not go on that app at all whatsoever. Yo, even with the sarcasm from Gogo's Rage, like, do not fucking go on that app.
Ruin your weekend, your life, your entire existence, go on Twitter.
And it's like not even because the shit is accessible, even though, yeah, no, it is because of that. But like, even the second part, that is because, yeah, you get fucking locked into doom scrolling on these apps, man. Like, I really had to learn the fucking hard way. This is why I always tell you I can't go on like TikTok and Twitter and all these other shit, so when I don't post on there, like IG Reels, because like, yeah, like, like when you have that like self-realization moment, when you realize you peep game on yourself doom scrolling, that shit is like actually terrifying. Cause it's like, yo, you realize, yo, this shit, like this fucking social media app, deadass has me psyoped. I'm sitting here fucking drooling, looking at shit's like, damn, that post was cool. That next one was cool too. Like, you're bro. Scared the shit out of me. I can't do it no more. But I can sit and watch fucking Ethan and Hassan debate for hours. Man, isn't life just great?
Because it'll just make you the unhappiest person on earth. But to really summarize what I'm saying here with rage bait is it's not always super simple. Sometimes it's obvious, but sometimes we don't really know. And it's important to discuss it so we are more wary of what exactly is rage bait in the future. And since rage bait is becoming more and more common, since it is so effective and the internet is spreading, it's becoming more of an everyday thing as time goes on. It's becoming more of a way to profit, to gain fame. So we need to be able to address it and figure out what to do with it. And if she is rage baiting, it's not really good to make fun of her face because in the end that doesn't really achieve anything like that one TikToker did.
I don't know if y'all can see it, but like for some reason she just reminds me of the bun from Sausage Party. It's just so weird. I don't know if it
fuck, like obviously you shouldn't make fun of people's appearances and shit like that. This is another thing I say all the time, but god damn it, yo, some of these shits be getting me.
It's just a me thing, but like it's just really weird. I don't know if y'all see it, man, but like I personally see it.
And don't come for me. I get he's just joking, ha ha ha, so funny. But like at the end of the day, that just seems kind of immature. Even if you disagree with what she's doing, and even if what she's doing is rage baiting, I don't know. Once again, for the 1500th time, but making fun of someone's face just isn't really the best way to handle it. So I didn't really personally appreciate his video or like it just because he kind of went after looks the entire time, and his comments were just kind of rude. But yes, if she is insulting the religion, that still doesn't give him
I ain't gonna lie. Obviously, I've seen Perpy's videos before. I would say, obviously, I don't know Perpy personally or whatever. That like, obviously, he's not trying to be like the meanest nigga ever. He's trying to fucking like, yo, really be on her ass or whatever the fuck, bro. Try to get her ass like the fuck out of here, bro. Swept up, like nah. But yeah, even like Ogre's Crazy said, did he have to say this John about her? No, but did I chuckle a little bit? As we seen, I ain't gonna lie.
A right to insult her facial expressions, but she should definitely be criticized.
It's the difference between someone saying, I'm trying to become more modest in my dress, but I find it challenging sometimes, versus someone wearing a hijab in one sponsored video and then doing a lingerie haul in the next. If we look at Layloola's content timeline, the contradictions become even more apparent. Just scrolling through her page, you can see a video about choosing Dean over Dunya.
And it is true that religion is a very easy thing to rage bait. It will get people mad because a lot of people devote
because people are really strong in their faith and beliefs. Yeah.
a lot of their lives to religion, studying religion and trying to become better at understanding it and reading it and all that stuff. So when they see someone just blatantly insulting it, I can see why that would be effective rage bait. It's very dangerous rage bait because once again, it's something that people very highly regard as something very important, but at the same time, it is effective. It will get a lot of people mad. So it is a possible strategy that she's taking. I do remember when Bella the Wolf did a similar thing, but she did it with Jesus, and I think she did do some insulting Muslims, so she overall has just gone for pretty much anything she can, because that's exactly how rage bait works. Your audience doesn't care about you. There's no talent to you. They are going to...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I say all the time, like, that shit is not sustainable because these niggas aren't here for you. They're just here to see you fucking embarrass yourself.
You're going to lose interest quickly and your views are going to die out. So you have to desperately top the next thing to stay relevant. And that is really hard to do because eventually you reach a point where there's nothing left to do. And that's where Bella the Wolf is. Her views are dying down. She's pretty much a nobody now. She once was like this huge rage bait. Everyone know who she was. Now she's kind of a nobody. And that pretty much happens to everyone. Their views eventually die down because people get tired of it. Now, TikTokers like...
Niggas too addicted to clout and money, bro. I always say, bro, evergreen method is the best way, bro. Just post your videos over time, slowly build your audience. Your audience gonna value you way more that way. You gonna value your audience way more of that way. You're obviously gonna have way more of a sustainable career in content creation. And yeah, things will probably go much better that way.
If Layla is a rage baiter, TikTokers like her are definitely a different type because TikTok just reaches so many different people. She can post these videos on different platforms and reach new audiences, and she can post it. It's probably going to last longer than Bella the Wolf because
that's what's so strong about short form content, man. That's why it's so it's hard to argue against like why heads shouldn't be clipping and shit, like especially if you're trying to like grow your platform to be huge, because like, bro, you could make like this video for instance that we looking at right here, this TikTok, she could just easily download this shit, no watermark, post this shit on IG, you know what I'm saying? Obviously this shit is already on TikTok, posted on YouTube Shorts, like all this different shit, bro. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Some of these shorts creators they be pulling in some views, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Now, depending, if you're posting on YouTube, and depending on your RPM for that, John, you could be getting a lot of views, but it may not make that much cheese. But if your RPMs are decent for shorts, oof, you might be pulling in a bag.
Bella the Wolf just fully relied on YouTube, and commentary channels milked her into like oblivion. But her rage bait will eventually die out. And it is satisfying to see when someone who's absolutely nasty gets what they deserve, they stop getting attention. That's exactly what they fear the most. Let's have a serious discussion in the comments. I really want to get to the bottom of this. She seems like she definitely could. There's a high possibility she is rage baiting, but maybe I'm wrong. But if she is, it'll run out eventually. It probably isn't worth it because angering an entire group of people, a huge group of people, there's over, I believe, 2 billion people in the world that are Muslims. So that's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's probably a terrible idea.
You're going to make mad probably isn't worth it. Like, that is a group of people that you don't want to mess with. You don't want to mess with anyone who's religious.
But again, that's if she's like you know what I'm saying, grifting the religion or anything like that, because again, we seriously do not know.
Honestly, any religious group you should just leave alone because that is something people are very committed to. It's something that should be respected and handled with care and handled with respect, obviously. But it is sad if she is doing this on purpose because, yes, I'm sure she is changing the minds of a lot of people when they look at this specific religion because, yes, it's dubbed in English and there's a lot of people that speak English that aren't Muslim, and that is like reaching a whole new audience. And of course there are a lot that do, but overall she's reaching a lot of people because she has a lot of views. One thing, because I want to be more positive, because yes, I know I'm too negative. I release a positive video every month though, like that's huge. Well, every 2 months, that's enough for me though. But
it's like, yeah, but I mean, I might share some positivity, but like, hater, maxed out.
One thing I will say is that she did introduce me to some new music that is dubbed in Arabic, and I think it's really, really pretty. I've never heard it before, but I mean, maybe I've heard it on TikTok a little bit, but she did have a lot of good music in the background, and she introduced me to a lot of new songs. I really like to open my mind to new languages and new cultures, so it was really cool that she did that, even if this is rage bait at the end of the day. I guess at least that came out of it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
Tried to find a positive out of it.
Maybe one good thing came out. I got introduced to new music from a different culture. But if you somehow are at the 28-minute mark, I respect you, because there's like
That would be me.
0.1% of people that can actually do that. Your attention span is not cooked yet. Congratulations. I don't know how you did it.
I told you, like I literally said earlier, bro, we getting the fuck off them goddamn short form shits. That's frying niggas' brains, bro. They can't watch shit longer than 15 seconds. That shit is cooking the fuck out of you, bro. Like, you, nah, bro. Get your ass on some slop and not that fucking short form brain rot TikTok bullshittery. We need Sleepy. Actually, I don't know. Maybe don't consume this shit, because I ain't gonna lie. This in itself is brain rot too, just getting into a whole bunch of different internet dramas and shit. I'm not gonna lie. What I be telling heads all the time, especially if you still like a jit or whatever, bro. Go out with your peoples. Go make some fucking memories and some shit. Do not be like Trilly and fucking waste away in the basement, you know what I'm saying? Covering bullshit internet dramas or whatever. Not the city, obviously the situation is bullshit, because like I said, if people got their beliefs, we should respect their beliefs, you know what I'm saying? Duh. But like, you know, covering dramas and shit like that, don't be worrying too much about this internet, John. Go out with your peoples. Have fun, you know what I'm saying? Do shit, bruh. Don't be like Trilly.
You're amazing, and I just really appreciate you. But I have one thing to tell you, since you've made it this far, and other than that, I really appreciate you for watching it and really just listening to me yap for this long. I just hope you learned one thing from this video, and that is to be careful with other people's cultures and religions. Just learn to respect and make sure you truly understand them before posting, because it is possible she doesn't, maybe she's just posting and she's not really thinking about it, or maybe she's rage.
And that's what I was saying. That was the main thing I was saying earlier. Like, yo, I don't think like she's rage baiting like to that factor. Like, like I was saying, I basically don't think she's rage baiting at all. I think she's just posting, and like just within her posting the videos, people think that she's just disrespecting religion, and she's just continuing to do her thing. Because obviously, I think within what we're seeing, if she's obviously making videos that are surrounded by religion and have things to do with it, like, yo, she at least, from what it seems like, seems to obviously be strong beliefs in her, John. So I don't really know, but again, like we're saying, at the end of the day, currently, especially like Coco's crazy is saying right now, yo, respect people's beliefs, you know what I'm saying? Be cool if they being cool to you, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like, at the end of the day, I can't even cap to you. Like,
debating. I, once again, don't know enough about this to really truly say. That's why I made the title unbiased, and I'm just trying to be as unbiased as possible. But I felt like discussing how rage debate kind of works in society today. So overall, we can kind of draw a conclusion at the end of the day, whether she is or not. Just remember, if she is rage baiting, it just really isn't worth it. It's very offensive, and she's spreading very false messages. Sorry to repeat myself, but respect cultures. That's really what I got to take away from this video, because it's a very, very easy to spread misinformation and spread like a bad view on other people about a certain religion. So just be really, really careful when you're online doing this type of stuff. That's mainly what I have to say in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video a lot, the number one thing I ask you to do is to support the GoFundMe. I would really appreciate it. That is a way you can help give to someone who lives somewhere else, who lives in a different culture and is struggling right now seriously due to something that is completely out of their control. So that would be something I ask you to consider. Thank you so much for watching for the third time now, because I like repeating myself for some reason, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Right?
you already know, gang. Like we always say, shout out to Lover Babes. Miss Coco's crazy. Shiz in love. That was Why Everyone Hates Layloola. Rage Baiting Islam. Of course, if you guys want to watch the original video, the OG vid, down in the description, first link, like I said, share the love. But final opinions and conjecture, yeah, like I've been saying the whole time with Layloola, it's really just the determining factor of like, what is her personal, John? Like, what is her personal, like, obviously we know her beliefs in she's following Islam or whatever, but like, how strongly is her John about it? Because like within that, like I just came off of saying, some heads are criticizing her, saying she's disrespecting the religion, but then that's also in their opinion, because how would heads know if she's like rage baiting it or using it as a grift for like clout and money and all that, when like on the behind the scenes hand, not even like, you know, obviously not on TikTok or with the videos like that, how do heads know that she's not actually like sitting or like commonly all the time practicing religion and studying up and doing all these things? Like, we really don't know. And obviously, like, the main controversy that we're seeing is because of, like, you know, her going to the gym and some of the fits that she's putting on, like, and things and such like that. But, and obviously, like I was saying in the video, I'm saying, like, obviously a fucking ton. Yo, put a, like, obviously counter. I know I'm not putting that shit. But within all that, yeah, I can understand where some heads are coming from, and where, like, obviously you're supposed to be modest in the religion of Islam and things as such, and where some of the fits probably wouldn't fit in the modesty degree. But I don't think, again, she's doing anything too crazy or doing anything like to the degree where she's on the maximum scale effort disrespecting, you know what I'm saying, or at least trying to. But that's in my opinion, and that's coming from, again, someone who does not follow the religion. So my opinion could be complete bullshit, and that's why I want heads to be cordial. Tell me in the comments if I'm fucking wrong. I ain't gonna lie. And how y'all feel about it. But y'all already know how that goes through. Again, shout out to all of it, babes. Miss Coco's crazy. And I'm finna catch y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.